Hello, today we're going to cover section 8.1, polynomial terminology. The objectives of this section are to identify terms, coefficients, powers, degree, leading term, constant term of a polynomial. Identify/create types of polynomial by length, monomial, binomial, trinomial, etc. Identify and create types of polynomials by degree, constant, linear, quadratic, cubic, etc. A polynomial is an expression of the form a sub n times x to the n plus a sub n minus 1 times x to the n minus 1 plus dot 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 plus a1 times x plus a0, where x is the variable, the ak are constants, and the decreasing exponents are whole numbers. Assuming a sub n is not equal to 0, then the largest exponent n is called the polynomial's degree. Moreover, we call a sub n times x to the n the leading term. And specifically, a sub n is the leading coefficient. Of the polynomial. Lastly, we call a sub 0 the constant term, since it has no variable. Example 1, identify the degree, leading coefficient, and constant term of the polynomial. So the degree is the largest exponent, so the degree is 5. The leading coefficient is the coefficient of that term, so 15. And then the constant term is the term without a variable, so that's -1. And now we're going to talk about the names of polynomials. A polynomial with only one term is called a monomial. For example, -2, 3x, -7/3 x to the 4th. Those are 3 examples of a monomial. A polynomial with 2 terms is called a binomial. For example, x plus 2. X cubed minus 3x squared. 2x minus 4. Those are all binomials. And a polynomial with 3 terms is called a trinomial. So for example, x squared plus 3x minus 7, or x to the 7th minus 7x to the 4th plus 1. Those are 2 examples of what a trinomial is. There are names for beyond 3 terms, but after 3, most people just call anything with 4 or more terms just a polynomial. A polynomial of degree 0 now is called constant. So for example, 1/2, -13, 176. Those are all examples of constants. A polynomial of degree 1 is called linear. We've already talked about those. So that would be like 2x plus 3, 7x, 5x minus 8/3. Those are all linear. Polynomial of degree 2 is called quadratic. So for example, x squared minus 3x plus 5, 7x squared, negative x squared plus x. Those are all examples of quadratic polynomials. And a polynomial of degree 3 is called cubic. Like x cubed minus 3x, or x cubed minus x squared plus x minus 1. Those are examples of cubic polynomials. And then if the degree of the polynomial is bigger than 3, we'll usually call it like a 4th degree polynomial or a 8th degree polynomial after 3. There are, again, words for bigger than 3. People just normally don't use them. And that's it for section 8.1.